What it do, what it do. There's a rear point to RoBs Inferno while it burns slow. Shout out to all my guys and goddesses. You know, high vibrational human beings. I hope everybody doing good today. You already know. Have a good sun talk. I was just talking to one of the Latino guys. And we was vibing. The energy can't be matched. All organic people. We know here we are. Shout out to the Latinos that's calling out the Latinos that want to act like they white. Shout out to y'all that's jumping on their ass and putting that shame on them like no, who the fuck you is. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to y'all. You know? Because the same thing going on with us. Same thing with y'all, you melanated beings. Same thing going on with us as neuromelanated beings. There's black people out here that want to be white as shit. Act like they unnatural. You know, just to fit this false system. But y'all notice how people are doing it more than ever now. And it's the biggest sign that they know that this way of life is going out the window. They're holding on to it more than a regular way of them holding on to it before they looked at it as a threat off of seeing it crashing. That's what I'm trying to say. Right? Now, I'm not going to go in too much on this right now because my phone's about to die, but I'm about to get off the bus and I'm about to charge my phone. And one thing I want to talk about, though, and I'm going to zone in on, is the mental damage of, like, really what someone that's at a low point of what you would say poverty or homelessness, you know, less fortunate and stuff, what really comes along with that and how it affects you on a psychological level. And is how it coincides with your every day, right? Now we know this whole system that we're in general keeps you in a docile state. It keeps you in fight, flight, or freeze. But really, what is that? You know, what does that mean? What does that look like? You know, when cortisol is released in your brain, you know, the effects in the moment and long-term wise that it has. You know what I'm saying? Now, a lot of it I'm still learning about right now, right? But it's such a topic that intrigues me because the reason why is because I didn't understand why because I didn't understand why, like, I came from like a fast way of life of like shooting guns and all of that, right? And how me going through a financial struggle put me more in a nervous, like, or scared state, and really when I was about to lose my life, and really in like a moment, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't make sense to me. I'm like, this is more serious than that. But how is this putting me more in a state of like shock than that was, or more like in a rush than that was? You know what I mean? But it's everything that comes with it. So I'm gonna really break it down to y'all how people that are so-called homeless are going through a financial struggle, how we're the most detrimental, or why we got the most mental issues, or whatever that they say, because the most cortisol is released in a person that's so-called homeless mind more than anybody else. Now, one of my Latino guys is calling me right now that I just he don't know I got a podcast and stuff, but I'm about to send it to him. I know he's not doing this on purpose because I know he don't know that I don't like when people call me when I get on my podcast. But even more so, I'm about to call him back. Well, it's about to mess up real quick, y'all, because once it ends, I don't want to just decline his call. All right, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna break it down because, and the reason why I need to break it down because everybody really needs to get it, you know, because everybody does have problems, right? We're in hell, and we made hell seem comfortable because of the stuff that we can get superficial, materialistic wise, you know, all the little trinkets and stuff. So we make it seem like it's not what it is, right? But I'm really gonna break it down to y'all, really what's going on, so y'all can really know. And I swear to God, after I really break it down to y'all, you'll never look at a homeless person the same ever again. You know, a person that you see that's less fortunate or sleeping outside or whatever, you're gonna have more respect for that person because actually that person has a stronger mind than like anybody. with the level of attacks that's really happening on a scientific, biological level. You feel me? And for them to so-called still stay sane and not be reactive, along with the regular stuff that is hitting everybody also. But you got the regular stuff that's hitting everybody, then you got the regular stuff that's just hitting homeless people. You know what I'm saying? That only homeless people are facing. You feel me? That people with a home, if you got a bed, you got a roof over your head, you're not facing these things. And those things are gonna make this person release way more cortisol in their brain, like a top rate, like a whole bunch of it. And it's gonna have effects also. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna break all of this down to y'all, and I swear to God, when I break it down to y'all gonna be like, what the fuck? But it just speaks even more volumes to everything that I've been talking about. See, because I know what the fuck they're doing to us. I know what the fuck they're doing. They create the problems and the solutions, and we don't understand genetics or even regular basic terminology dealing with our anatomy to even be combative towards this stuff off of our decisions, towards changing certain stuff that we're capitulating in, or come together as in a form of even anything towards a system that would have somebody deemed as homeless releasing more cortisol than a regular person. So that much more so being in more of a fight, flight, or freeze state, and having more complications with their bodies, their digestive system, all of it, right? That making their lymphatic system weak. You get what I'm saying? Their brain all clogged up. Like it's all connected. You feel me? And a lot of people don't know this shit. You know what I mean? So people will see like a person like be like, oh, they're just homeless, or they're da da da, or what's wrong with them? You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with her? You hear this stuff all the time that people be saying. They don't even be knowing what the fuck is really going on. So I'm gonna break this shit down. I don't want my phone to die. Just give me a Lord bait and I'm gonna tap in. I'm gonna break this shit down to y'all.